Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. The 2025 Saiyan Day unit has officially been confirmed, so we're going to go through his details today and watch his animations to be an OG Kid Goku from Dragon Ball. I can see Bulma in the back on the whip, so that must mean there is a unit super attack. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. For this year's Saiyan Day unit, are you excited for some OG Dragon Ball representation, or would you have preferred something else? So starting with his leader skill, he's leading DB Saga or Earthbred fighters with Ki +3, HP +200% and 170 on attack and defense, then gives an additional HP attack and defense +50% for characters who also belong to the Youth or Dragon Ball Seekers category. Not a bad leader skill, but I think off the top of my head it's not great, if we're being completely honest. So activates the entrance animation when there is another DB Saga Youth or Dragon Ball Seekers category ally attacking in the same turn upon character's entry, has a guaranteed additional super and 40% damage reduction for 7 turns. Now if we factor in the Festival of Battles, which I know some people are doing, I'm kind of leaning away from factoring that in as kind of like the go-to representation of content, just because it is very long, so only certain types of units are suited to it. But for 7 turns, you are looking at a unit that can compete in short content and slightly longer content, which we've been kind of used to throughout the 10th anniversary, getting to like turn 10, turn 11. So for the majority of that, he's already got 40% damage reduction and a guaranteed additional. Starts with 200% attack and defense, 20% damage reduction. So for 7 turns, he'll have 60%. Has a guaranteed additional, sorry, not guaranteed additional. An additional attack has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack. Then when attacking with 12 or more ki, which as long as you're not having orb issues, should always be guaranteed, because that's a super attack, of course, for a TUR. Extra 100% attack, 50% chance to crit, and 22% dodge chance. Then receiving an attack, 200% defense. Then for every super attack performed, 50% attack up to 200%. Then after performing 7 or more super attacks in battle, will then launch an additional super attack guaranteed and will also guard all attacks. So within those 7 turns, you can build Kid Goku up to have 60% damage reduction and also guaranteed guard, which is actually pretty nice and pretty strong. And as I said, he has a pretty good balance between short content and slightly longer content. I'm personally not going to factor in Festival of Battles. If he stacks, then he'll actually be very usable there. Just unfortunately, after turn 7, he will lose this and go down to guard and 20% damage reduction. Then there's the stack to back it up. But as I said, I'm leaning more towards not including that to represent units in difficult content, just because that does feel like a one-off event to me. We'll see with any future content that does get dropped if that is the case. And then, of course, we can start factoring super long content like that. His link skills are the Innocence, All in the Family, Saiyan Lineage, Infighter, The Incredible Adventure, Guidance of the Dragon Balls, and Fierce Battle. Then we have an active skill where Goku goes fishing. Okay, that's pretty cool. Active skill conditions can be activated starting from the 3rd turn from the start of battle, so very early on. And the active skill will recover 30% HP, give Ki +3, and attack and defense +30% in battle. So it's a heal and pretty much a buff, which it doesn't actually say for the turn. So I think this here is permanent, kind of like Carnival LR Broly's buff from his active skill. His categories are DB Saga, Earthbred Fighters, Youth, Dragon Ball Seekers, Low Class Warrior, Pure Saiyans, Goku's Family, and Bond of Parent and Child. Then on super attack, he does have a unit super attack. So on a standard super attack, he is stacking attack and defense. So that's either going to be by 20 or 30%, causes immense damage and does seal. Then if he does get a unit super attack, closed it a little bit early. If he does get the unit super attack, he'll also stack attack and defense again by either 20 or 30%, cause immense damage and stun. And then to activate this, you do need an ally whose name includes Bulma attacking in the same turn. So maybe could we see a resurgence, or not even resurgence, because it's not like she really fell off, but could we see a potential comeback from Strength LR Bulma? Then coming with Kid Goku, we do have a side banner Chi unit, which I think is quite fitting. She starts the turn with Ki +2, attack and defense +200%, has a additional super. There's a 50% chance to become a super attack. Superclass allies 30% attack and defense, then an additional attack and defense of 30% for characters who also belong to DB Saga. So 60% in total for Superclass DB Saga category units, which is a nice bit of support. Then when attacking with 12 or more Ki, she gets an extra 100% attack and a 30% chance of 150 attack. Then for every super attack performed, she does get attack, defense, and a chance to crit of 25% up to 100%. So Chi can actually end up having guaranteed crit if you super attack 4 times in one turn, which I think is pretty cool. Then if the target enemy is lowered on attack and defense, stunned, or sealed, should have a guaranteed super attack as well. Then when there is another youth category ally on the team, which in this case will be Kid Goku, especially if you're running dual leads, she gets an extra 200% defense and a 50% chance to dodge. Then when there's an ally whose name includes Goku, which these two will probably end up tying hand in hand, she will have guaranteed guard and 159% when receiving an attack. I can't lie, for a side banner unit, she's quite solid. Some good support, especially for Superclass DB Saga, which makes sense with Goku's lead. Solid damage with guaranteed crit, again, for a side banner unit. I'm not expecting crazy numbers, but the fact that she can get up to guaranteed crit, that will start making, small dents in enemies. If you do manage to debuff, which we're kind of being able to do more and more, not too frequently, but more and more, she'll have a guaranteed additional, which helps this build up as well. And then if you do have another youth category unit, you're looking at 50% chance to dodge. So no doubt, dodge in the potential system and then guaranteed guard if there is a Goku attacking in the same turn. And that's any Goku. So I think she's pretty solid. Her link skills are Battlefield Diva, The Innocence, More Than Meets the Eye, The Incredible Adventure, Guidance of the Dragon Balls, Infight, A Fierce Battle. And then she belongs to Youth, DB Saga, Earthlings, Bond of Parent and Child, Earthbred Fighters, and on Super Attack, she's raising attack and defense by 30% for one turn, causing supreme damage to the enemy and lowering attack and defense. Okay, let's see what these animations are saying. I'm hoping they look good. That's all I hope for. I know some people won't be happy with some OG Dragon Ball representation because they just don't find it hype. But I'm just hoping for some... Okay, this looks really nice already. Dokkan was like, asking you shall receive. I just want the animations to look good.
Grandpa, I'm gonna go get some food.
And already they look really clean. Really clean. Okay, I like this a lot.
This one'll last me till dinner.
See, this is what OG Dragon Ball is about, man. I like that a lot. It seems stupid, but I like that a lot. It just fits. Goku coming for the eyes. That camera angle making like Goku, he's coming for the eyes. Throws out the paper of the rock. The scissors look like he's about to jab you in the eye. Look at this punch, jab to the eye, palm to the nose. I like these animations a lot. They really do fit OG Dragon Ball. Oh, she's pulling out the Glocky. Get one tap. I'm not gonna lie, they might not be the most over-the-top insane animations, but they look good. They fit OG Dragon Ball. I think they're quite funny, especially the active skill of him going fishing. I like them a lot. And also, he looks like a very solid unit and balanced for like multiple versions and variants of content. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments of the Saiyan Day Dokkanfest Kid Goku for this year. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a great day, and peace.